Hi there, welcome to the beginning of painting. This is what I'm going to paint. It has plastic on it, you can see the shine. That's just to protect it from paint I've stuck up here. I'm going to show you basically the beginning of painting. First of all, my easel is just a piece of wood. And it has two hinges on the back, and the board up and a piece of ply on it, another hinge here, and then a peg for bringing it in and out at different angles. A couple of holes to bring it in and out at different angles. Very simple. Not very much money involved. You can build it out of cardboard. My first one was cardboard. So there's the painting, and this is just me beginning the painting, putting the background in. But let me get to some of the other basics. Here we have just a fan brush, a wire brush here. And there's another kind of fan brush which I use quite a bit of. And I got a couple of old brushes there. I got some more downstairs. These are some basic brushes you can get cheap. I'm using them. I'm using a wide one right at the moment, which I will show you now in a minute. Bottle of thinners for washing my brushes and that. This is actually linseed oil with a little thinners in it, so that you can thin the paint down with a putty knife. I sometimes put my oil with the eye. It's like an eye drop thing here, and then I squirt it in here, and I'll have some for my brush if I want to use it while I'm painting. This is basically top cap of a milk carton or whatever I usually use. I put my paintbrushes in some old jars just to keep them standing up so it's easier. Here's my paint and everything. You know, I'm not the cleanest person when it comes to cleaning my tubes and that, but hey, here's another painting I'm doing. It's nearly finished. The tree isn't finished, and a couple other things. But I wanted to show you how to do the beginner one. Also, what else is there? I have some green tape for taping on. What I tape on a little bit of this wax paper. Just put it on your plate, put your oils on it. Then when you're finished, at the end of the night, you just take it off and throw it away. Okay. I just showed you the thinners, the oil, water, and that. But now what we're just going to do is we take a drop of the linseed oil with thinner 50-50. You put a little drop in your yellow, a little drop in your green, and you mix it in. There you go. Then you mix this in. Now it's nice to have a couple of different kind of greens, so I put a little yellow in this. They say, if you can have 3 different greens or whatever. I'm just running the base coat right now. As you can see by the original, if you look closer, which is a little hard to do at the moment, the strokes, I want the leaves to kind of come up like this. But just for laying the base right now, and because it stays wet, I'm just throwing it on here. Here, crisscross, filling the canvas. Here we go. Sometimes better not to put too much oil in the beginning, because you want this to fill in a little, A little bit of green down in here. Crisscross. I'm going to paint around the edge as well, so you don't need to frame the painting after we're finished. We're going to basically have a finished look on all around the edge, wrapped around. Should be really nice. You can see the way it's coming together nicely now. Just the 3 colors that I've used so far is a cadmium yellow pale hue, a terra verte, and the black, standard black oil paints. And I'm using the oil 50-50 with thinners to make it, liquidize it a little bit more for painting. Now up the top I'm trying to go a little bit more yellow because it's going to be mainly yellow at the end. There's the building in here, right? So there you go. Now, because the I'm going to tilt this up a little. Can you see up there? Because the sunflowers are moving up here, in a straight line. I want them in a straight line up on that picture. I'm going to most likely jab this up like this with the same brush and create the feeling the flow is moving up towards the building. So I'm going to do this right now so I get a kind of feel for what I'd like to do. So it gives me a general gist of what I do. I'm just making little marks in it, and I might even put a little black in with a little green to give it a bit of a, you know, feeling down here in the darker areas where there's less flowers. So this is the beginning of my painting, giving us a feeling of what we're doing. I didn't really like that too much. I'm going to put a bit of yellow in it. Go back to green a little bit more. There you go. So I'm giving it a feeling of grass. Just the green of it, you know. Or you can even go lighter like this and poke and then dab like this and you get a different kind of grass. There we go. I'll just show it with the yellow so you can see what I'm doing. See? But you have to remember the lines have to go the right way. It's pretty easy. Hi there, I'm back again. Just showing you my technique. I've textured it up like this in different ways so it looks like a little bit like grass. So it has a bit of texture. But when you get to a certain point here, as in the drawing here, the sunflowers become kind of just all yellow. You want to take a little bit of this on the top and have it like blended in, and this is where the fan brush comes in. You just blend this softly in like this and you get this lovely blend of color. So now I'm blending the top piece, but I'm not touching the bottom, so we have a little bit of a variation in the texture. That's all it takes. I got a little bit of dirt there, gonna wipe off there. Like, you keep doing it and it'll slowly, if you do it lightly, very light hand, and it'll soften into the picture. I gotta do the edges a bit. There we go. Can you see that? I'm gonna zoom in a bit, give you a close-up of the texture. There you go, there's the texture. That's just the green of the canvas up the top there, moving up in lines. But as you can see, we have more texture and more kind of like grass-like, not really in any direction. Here is the villa pit penciled in very roughly. It's not totally to dimension yet. I will clean that up a little bit more. And there's the mountains, and the rest will be sky. And there's the actual original painting, so you get a gist of how it looks. See, in front almost I put larger flowers and then go back with smaller spots to give you the dimension. I'll show you how to do the sky next most likely.